I stood by my younger son and his fiancée, even after they shattered my older son's trust. I have two sons, my eldest, now 30, and my youngest, who just turned 26. They've always been different, even as children. My eldest was fiercely independent, brilliant but stubborn. He refused to follow my path or inherit the family enterprise. Instead, he pursued engineering, determined to forge his own way. When he chose that road, I told him he'd have to fund it himself. He did. He worked multiple jobs, put himself through college, and years later, when he returned seeking a job, I gave him one. I placed him in charge of a smaller division of our company, thinking perhaps he'd finally seen the worth of what I'd built. But deep down, I always knew my younger son would be the true heir. My younger son followed the course I set for him. He studied business, showed keen interest in the company, and stayed loyal to the family. He had the ambition and intuition to lead. Then came Lisa. She was an intern at our firm, young, sharp, and striking. My eldest began dating her, and within a couple of years they were engaged. I supported their relationship as any father would. They seemed solid. That changed when my eldest went overseas for a few weeks on business. During his absence, Lisa and my younger son started working closely together. A connection grew, more than just professional. My younger son admitted he had feelings for her. It wasn't casual, and when Lisa confided she felt the same, I realized this was unstoppable. They tried to keep it discreet, planning to tell my eldest and end things properly. But timing isn't always kind. My eldest returned early and found them together in his home. The confrontation was raw and violent. The police were called and both sons were arrested. When I got the call, I made a choice. I bailed out my younger son and left my eldest in custody to calm down. I convinced myself it was the right call. The next day, I visited my eldest and told him plainly his brother and Lisa were in love. He needed to let go. His eyes burned with a fury I hadn't seen in years. He said nothing, just turned away. It was his uncle, my late wife's brother, who eventually bailed him out. I didn't object. Soon after, my eldest vanished. He packed up and left without a trace, draining what he thought was left in his accounts. But while he was locked up, my younger son and Lisa had accessed their shared accounts, leaving him with exactly $1. $1. It was cruel, perhaps excessive. Lisa claimed she deserved her portion after the things he'd said that night. My younger son said it was about closure, about cutting ties completely. Maybe it was about control or revenge. I didn't press for answers. Weeks later, my eldest was still gone, unreachable. He told a cousin not to share his whereabouts. Meanwhile, my younger son and Lisa were together, living under one roof, planning their future. He was back by my side in the business, poised to take over when the time came. I know how this looks, but I did what I thought was best. I backed the son who stayed true to our legacy, even when things got ugly. I may have lost one son, but I secured a future for what I'd built. Months have passed, and there's still no word from my eldest. He's erased himself completely. No calls, no texts, no social media presence. It's as if he never existed. Word has spread, and the gossip isn't kind. The story most hear is that my younger son stole his brother's fiancée, cheating with her while she was still engaged. Some mutual friends didn't hold back, posting online, labeling my eldest as unstable, jealous, even cruel. It got messy fast. Lisa shared her version, saying she felt trapped with my eldest, that he was manipulative and overbearing. She claimed my younger son supported her through tough times, and their love grew naturally. Her story was heartfelt, persuasive. Some bought it, others didn't. Even family members started questioning things, their polite smiles hiding doubt. My younger son, though, stayed composed, sticking to his story. He didn't mean to hurt his brother, but love can't be forced, and Lisa deserved better. But my eldest? Silent. No rebuttal, no posts, no defense, just quiet, Too much quiet. Even those who backed my younger son are starting to waver. Longtime clients who worked with my eldest have asked about him, sharing rumors that paint my younger son in a bad light. Despite the chatter, I'm focused on moving forward. My younger son and Lisa are engaged now, planning a wedding. That's my priority. Supporting their future. The past is done. Everything's unraveling. My eldest returned, and he's striking back hard. It started with the business. I couldn't access our online accounts. The bank froze them, citing legal action. I thought it was a glitch until the legal documents arrived. My eldest, through a ruthless lawyer named Mark, re-emerged. Mark is the kind who doesn't just win cases, he obliterates opponents. My eldest, it turns out, still held a legal stake in the company, documented years ago, something I'd overlooked since he never used it. Until now, he's demanding full compensation for the betrayal, the stolen money, and the public shame. He's selling his stake, no discussion. The papers were served during my younger son and Lisa's engagement party, right as we raised glasses. But it didn't end there. He's suing Lisa for draining their joint account and his personal one. He's also pressing charges against his brother for the betrayal, going public with the fact that he caught them together in his home while still engaged. The fight that night wasn't just a brawl, it was deeply personal. And now, it's legal. The party collapsed. We'd used business funds for the venue and vendors, but with accounts frozen, payments bounced. Vendors walked out, guests murmured. The legal papers arrived mid-toast, and the humiliation was public. The fallout hasn't stopped. Family, friends, and clients are calling, piecing together the truth. Many who believed Lisa and my younger son's story, that my eldest was abusive, are rethinking it. His silence is over, and he's fighting with precision. Lisa and my younger son posted online, calling him vengeful and bitter, accusing him of sabotaging their happiness. A cease and desist order hit them hours later. Behind closed doors, they're rattled, their confidence fading. I keep telling them we'll get through it, but the damage is deep, and it's not fading quietly. The chaos has deepened, and I'm only now seeing how far this goes. My personal account, kept separate for emergencies, is keeping us afloat, but the company's in trouble. I called our longtime lawyer, a trusted friend who's working tirelessly to contain this. The more we uncover, the worse it looks. My eldest was behind the software that powers our business. Payroll, client tracking, inventory, everything. I didn't know how unique it was, a prototype from a rising tech startup. His name is on every contract, every license. A clause in the agreement bars us from using it unless we renegotiate terms with a new representative. We're in violation, risking a lawsuit that could bankrupt us. The startup's newer software version costs a fortune. Our lawyer says the contract's wording was deliberate, a trap my eldest set. It's not just the software. Internal documents show he restructured the company years ago. I still own the majority, but he had operational control, subtle and devastating. I told my lawyer to negotiate directly with the tech firm and push the bank to unfreeze accounts. Then another blow. The payroll account is still active, so employees are paid, but business is stalling. Clients are leaving, leads are drying up. A competitor called, warning me my company was being quietly shopped around. Guess who was behind it? My eldest. He didn't just leave, he lit a fuse. Now I'm watching my life's work crumble. It took weeks to arrange a meeting with the tech company behind our software. I flew to their headquarters with my legal team, thinking I was prepared. I wasn't. Security was intense, protocol so strict it felt insulting. When I complained, a guard named James shut me down. Follow the rules or leave. You have no power here. My lawyer urged compliance, so I bit back my anger. I threatened to file a complaint, but James just smirked. After an hour's wait, we met 4 professionals: Ryan, a CEO associate, Claire, a top marketing executive, Mia, her assistant, and Emma, a corporate liaison. They said the CEO, Ethan, would join soon. This wasn't a routine meeting, it was orchestrated. Ethan arrived early 30s, impeccably dressed, cold and composed. He dismissed his team, ignoring pleasantries. My lawyers explained our situation, the licensing issue, and our urgency to transfer rights. Ethan listened silently for 30 minutes, his stillness unnerving. When my lawyer hinted at litigation, Ethan spoke, dismantling our arguments with legal precision. He knew contract law inside out, citing clauses and precedents flawlessly. He revealed the contract my eldest signed was ironclad, tied to him alone. Renegotiating meant paying sky-high rates for the startup's new software. Worse, a hidden clause required a special access code. Without it, the software would lock us out permanently after a deadline. Tampering would trigger a remote shutdown. Ethan then said he'd met my eldest during his travels, saw his integrity, and trusted him with the prototype. Fixing his gaze on me, he added, "I know the truth. Don't lie to me." As we left, a man approached. Mark, my eldest's lawyer, also Ethan's. He handed me a notice. The software would deactivate in a week. We'd have time to back up data, then lose access forever. I said nothing as we exited. My eldest hadn't just outplayed me. He'd cornered me. Meanwhile, my younger son and Lisa are hiding out, sensing the world turning against them. Time's running out. My legal team scoured the contract for loopholes to keep the software active. In desperation, we hired a developer, not telling them the software's origin, just asking if it could be cracked. They were curious, then alarmed, recognizing the tech. They refused to touch it, citing legal risks and potential criminal charges. The code was beyond advanced, untouchable. My eldest didn't just install software, he wove a fortress into our operations. I contacted Mark, begging to pay for the software, whatever the cost. He shut me down. "You lied in that meeting. This company doesn't work with deceivers, and you'd still need your son's approval." I tried reaching my eldest through old emails and messages. Dozens sent, no reply. The lockout looms. We've licensed a replacement system, but it's inferior, disrupting everything. Workflow, deliveries, client trust. Questions are mounting. At home, my younger son is tense, Lisa distant. I can see her pulling away, her silence deafening. I thought I knew my eldest. I was wrong. Every contract, every move was part of a larger plan. I once felt shame for how we parted. Now I fear what he's still capable of. Months since the downgrade, and the business is crumbling. The new software is barely functional. We've licensed 2 more to compensate, draining funds. Clients are fleeing. Operations are chaotic. The court case drags on, relentless. I saw my eldest in court, different, colder, assured. I tried to speak, but he ignored me. Our lawyers argued his actions were personal, spiteful, but Mark's team crushed every claim, as if they'd predicted our moves. The judge ruled against us, ordering compensation for my eldest's contributions and approving the sale of his shares. The assault case is destroying my younger son. He and Lisa face fraud charges for the drained accounts, ordered to repay money we don't have. Friends, family, and clients are pulling away, their silence louder than any verdict. I caught my eldest alone once. I pleaded for peace. He looked at me and said, "Let your favorite son save your empire. You only had one son." Then he left. That silence felt like an execution. It's over. My eldest's shares sold for pennies to competitors. The frozen accounts were released to him as compensation for his work and pain. He didn't linger. He launched his own company, sleek and efficient. Industry buzz says it's thriving, likely stealing our old clients. The competitor who bought his shares is dismantling us, siphoning accounts to their offices. My company is fading, and I'm powerless. My younger son's assault conviction left him with a record, no prison but a permanent mark. He's broken, furious, lost. One night, drunk and weeping, he confessed he envied his brother, hated living in his shadow, and took Lisa to feel victorious. It cost him everything. I wanted rehab for him, but I'm broke. Lisa vanished, taking what she could. Her wages are garnished for over $50,000, years of debt. She broke down, they say, claiming she meant no harm. Intent doesn't erase ruin. We're isolated now. No friends, no family, just echoes of loss. I failed both sons. I gave one too much, the other too little. My eldest returned not for reconciliation, but to dismantle what hurt him. He won, embracing the role of villain to make us feel his powerlessness. Years have passed. I sold the remnants of my company to a competitor. They were kind, offering a modest retirement, not luxury, but survival. My health had been failing, and I couldn't fight anymore. The company is rebranded, my legacy erased. Ironically, they use an updated version of the software my eldest brought us, the one I undervalued. I never saw how vital his work was, how deeply I dismissed him. My younger son never recovered. Alcoholism consumed him. I'm paying for his treatment, but he can't hold a job, his spirit gone. Lisa's long gone, her debts piling up. My younger son, drunk one night, admitted he took Lisa out of spite, not love, resenting his brother's shadow. He lost it all. I saw my eldest once on TV at an event, smiling, surrounded by loyal friends, a poised woman by his side, her warmth echoing my late wife's. He built a life bigger than mine, methodical and unyielding, without fanfare. I have nothing, no business, no family, no name, just a truth I learned too late. Silence isn't weakness, loyalty isn't guaranteed, and never betray those who trust you most. If this reaches anyone, let it be a warning. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.